Hello students, today's topic is 10th Science A, second chapter Periodic Classification of Elements. This is lecture number 3. So in previous lecture we studied the Newland's law of octave. Now in this lecture we are going to study the limitations of Newland's octave or Newland's law. So the topic is limitations of Newland's law. So see the limitations of Newland's. So first limitation is the law was applicable to elements up to calcium only. So Newland make yeah, classification of elements, and his according to Newland's law the properties of first and eighth elements are same, but this property or this law of Newland is applicable up to the element that is calcium. After calcium it doesn't match with the law. Then second limitation, it contained only 56 elements. Further it was assumed by Newland that only 56 elements existed in nature and no more element would be discovered in the future. So according to Newland there are only 56 elements in the nature, but now we know total elements now known are 118. So it was assumed by Newland that only 56 elements were in the nature, but it's not true. Today we know about 118 elements. So this is second limitation of Newland's law. Third limitation is, in order to fit elements into the table, Newland adjusted two elements in the same slot and also put some unlike elements under same note. For example, cobalt and nickel are in the same slot and these are placed in the same column as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, which have very different properties than this element. Iron, which resemble cobalt and nickel in properties, has been placed in the another slot or another group from this element. So this is third limitation, that is in some slot in Newland table he added two or more elements in the same slot. For example, here cobalt and nickel are in the same slot and these cobalt and nickel are in the column of here halogens, that is fluorine, chlorine and bromine. But this cobalt and nickel doesn't have the similar properties with fluorine, chlorine and bromine. Cobalt and nickel have similar property with iron, but iron is in the separate column and cobalt and nickel are in the separate column. We can see in the table. So this is Newland's table. So here we can see the cobalt and nickel. So see here, cobalt and nickel are here and these are in the column of here fluorine, chlorine and bromine. So according to Newland, the elements in each column have similar property, but here cobalt and nickel have different properties than fluorine, chlorine and bromine. So this is limitation of Newland. And cobalt and nickel are similar to the iron, but iron is in the separate column and cobalt and nickel are in the separate column. So this is limitation of Newland's law of octave. Okay, so these are three limitations of Newland's octave. So Newland was the second scientist who tried to classify the elements. Then after Newland, the third scientist was the Mendeleev. Now we have to study the Mendeleev's periodic law. Now after the limitations of Newland, Mendeleev tried to classify the elements. Now see the Mendeleev's periodic law. Mendeleev periodic law states that the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. So again Mendeleev also think that the properties are dependent on the atomic mass. As we studied Dobereiner Newland. Dobereiner also based on the atomic mass. Newland's octave also based on the atomic mass. Mendeleev also considered atomic masses for his study. So according to Mendeleev, the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Okay. Then we can see here the table of Mendeleev, periodic table. So this is Mendeleev's periodic table. Then we are going to study the features of this table, Mendeleev's periodic table. So see here, Mendeleev classified elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses and similarities in their properties. So similar to the Dobereiner and Newland, Mendeleev also arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. The formulae of oxides and hydrides formed by elements was also basis of classification. So as this is the main base of classification, atomic mass, similar to atomic mass, the formula of oxide and hydrides of elements is also the second base of the Mendeleev's periodic table or Mendeleev's periodic law. Mendeleev's periodic table has say 6 horizontal, here 7 is here. So 7 horizontal rows called periods and 8 vertical, we can say here not rows, here 8 vertical columns that are called as the groups. So in Mendeleev's periodic table there are 7 horizontal rows like this and the 8 vertical columns. Vertical number of vertical columns are 8 and horizontal rows are 7. So that horizontal rows are called as the periods and vertical columns are called as the groups. The groups 1 to 7 had 2 subgroups called subgroup A and subgroup B. Group 8 had 3 rows of elements. Elements having similar properties were placed in the same group. There are some spaces left vacant in the table to accommodate the element to be discovered in future. So we can see in the table. So here these are the horizontal rows. Okay, horizontal rows here, first row, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and this last one is 7. So 7 horizontal rows, that 7 horizontal rows are called as the periods and vertical columns are there. So see this vertical column, this is first vertical column, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7 and 8 1. So 8 vertical columns, that vertical columns are called as the groups, horizontal rows are called as the periods. The 8th vertical group contain again 3 subgroups here, 3 sub columns and the elements in the same group have same properties. For example, this is group number 1, from hydrogen to here last one is gold. So all have the same properties in each of the column. So this is concept of Newland's periodic table. Then next topic is merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. So there are some merits over the Newland's octave. So see one by one. Elements were classified on a more fundamental basis of atomic masses and properties. So the base of classification is atomic mass. Second merit, spaces were left vacant to accommodate the element to be discovered in future. So we can see in the table there are some vacant spaces and that vacant spaces are for those elements which will be discovered in future. See in the table. So we can see here there are vacant places here. Okay. So these vacant places are for those elements which will be discovered in the future. So this is second merit of Mendeleev. Then third merit of Mendeleev's periodic table is it could predict the properties of elements which help in the discovery of new element. So he can predict some properties of elements and it is helpful in the discovery of new element. The inert gas elements discovered later could be placed in a separate group without disturbing the table. So the inert gases which were not discovered at the time of Mendeleev, so they can be added in the group in the table without disturbing the previous element. So we can see here the inert gases are helium, then neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and last one is the radon. So these are inert gases or inert element or noble gases. So these noble gases are placed in this table at in the new group and without separating the previous one. So this one is the limitation merits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Then we have to see next topic, that is defects in the Mendeleev's periodic table, or we can say the demerits, we can say defects or demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. So first demerit is some elements are not arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Cobalt is placed before nickel, tellurium is placed before iodine, etc. So this is first limitation, that is here we can see the Mendeleev's periodic law. The elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So that is atomic mass having atomic mass less or smaller is first and atomic mass greater is the next element. But this order, increasing order, is not seen in at some places. Example is given, cobalt and nickel. So cobalt is placed before nickel and tellurium is placed before iodine. So you can see in the table. So see here, cobalt and nickel. So these are two elements, cobalt and nickel. Atomic mass of cobalt is 58.9 and that of nickel is 58.7. That is less atomic mass is for nickel and higher is for cobalt, but cobalt is taken first and nickel is taken after cobalt. So here is the mismatch of Mendeleev's law, that is it is not increasing order, here order become decreasing. Same example is for tellurium and iodine also. Tellurium atomic mass is 128 and iodine 127. So iodine should first, but here again mismatch in the arrangement. So this is one of the limitation or demerit of Mendeleev's periodic table. Second demerit, position of hydrogen is not clear because it shows properties similar to metals as well as non-metals. Position of hydrogen is also not clear in the table because according to Mendeleev, the elements in one group have similar properties. So that group, any group, suppose this is first group, then all elements in the first group shows similar properties. But if we see here, first element is hydrogen and below the hydrogen there are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and here gold is there. So this indicates that hydrogen have similar property with this remaining, and these remaining elements are generally the metals, lithium metal, sodium metal, potassium, etc. So hydrogen shows similar properties with metals, but hydrogen has tendency to show the properties with non-metals also. Hydrogen shows properties of some non-metals also, and therefore it is not clear position of hydrogen. Hydrogen either place in the metal column or in the non-metal column. So this position of hydrogen is not clear by the Mendeleev. Then third limitation, the position of isotopes of elements is not clear. So the many elements having isotopes, that is they have the different number of neutrons, and therefore their atomic masses changes. Atomic number remains same but atomic mass changes, and such elements are called as the isotopes. For example, the carbon have two isotopes, carbon 12 and carbon 14. That is, atomic number same, atomic number is 6 for both, but mass number is different. Mass number for one carbon is 12, another have 14. So these are called isotopes of elements. So in Mendeleev's periodic table we can see here carbon is here, but the atomic mass of carbon taken is 12. At carbon 14, atomic mass 14 is not indicated in the table. So this second isotopes of carbon has not position in the periodic table. So this is third limitation, that isotopes have no position in the Mendeleev's periodic table, or it is not clear about the position of isotopes. So these are certain limitations or demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. So the important topic, this one, the merits of Mendeleev's periodic table and demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so that's all for today. Next topic will be in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.